Hi everybody, it's Amy. These are pre-recorded instructions for Period 1 video production. This is for May 11th through the 15th. So first of all, welcome to another week of fun. So first of all, Microsoft Forms for the week. This is really important that you fill this out because this is your participation and attendance. It's 7 questions. It tells me how things are going, if things are clear, what you're working on, what you need help with, and how you're getting feedback. Very important. Please make sure you do that because that's how I'm entering attendance for the week. My pre-recorded instructions I'm doing right now will be on my Google Drive and on my YouTube channel, so I'll post those here in the OneNote calendar. If you make the live Teams meeting, that's great. If we don't have one or you can't make it, everything's pre-recorded. We are planning to meet every Monday from 9 to 9:50. This week and next week, you'll be working on editing your personal film project. If you've fallen behind in your work, please make sure you try to catch up. But you have lots of time. It's 2 full weeks of editing. The first week is putting everything together and getting some feedback. The second week is refining and revising your work and getting it finished. So make sure that you follow these directions here. These are directly from the personal film project details right here. We're in post-production, which is editing. So all of this is the same, but I've put it on the calendar to make it easier for you. So insert your media into Premiere, organize your work from start to finish, put in all your clips, then edit your clips as you're going, okay? You can put them all in and then edit, or you can edit as you go. Please make sure you're taking a look at your script and storyboard as you're working so you can stay on track. If you add extra clips or media that weren't in your resource chart, make sure that you add those into your resources chart because it helps a lot when you're making your citations for your sources, okay? Prepare a rough cut so you can get some ideas from other people and from me. Make sure you export your rough cut as an MP4. It's really important. And then you're going to turn it in here. So this is the personal film post-production turn-in page. This is for your rough cut and your final, okay? Thought it would be easier for you to put your work here in this page for the rough cut and the final, okay? So please read the directions. It's very important. Don't forget to rename your film so we know whose it is. Some of you on your last project turned them in. I didn't know whose it was. I had to watch it. So I'm not going to preview them unless you have your name on it. It's pretty easy. Right-click, rename. Copy and paste it here onto this page. If you can slide it into that box, that'd be great. But if you can't and it's too big of a file, don't worry, just write, it's too big, I can't paste it. But everybody has to put your rough cut in the OneDrive folder. And so the OneDrive folder is here. There's nothing in it yet because nobody's there yet. We're fine. So after you do that, take a look at the rubric below, see how you fall, like, oh, how am I doing here? But don't grade yourself. You don't have to officially. It's just for feedback. And then you'll get feedback from other people, whoever you choose. And then I'm going to give you feedback. I will be putting the feedback right here. I'll be probably writing it in and then sending you the link in an email to your feedback. Okay? But don't let that stop you from continuing to work on your project, okay? So then you're just going to keep working on revising and refining your work. Let's go back here. Here we go. We're on the calendar again, okay? So get feedback from your family, friends, and me, and continue to revise and refine your film. Remember, your film should be 2 to 4 minutes long. You have to remember that because 15 minutes is too much. 8 minutes is too much. This is a 2 to 4 minute film with a beginning, middle, and end. It's a very short story. If you do make a film that's longer than 4 minutes, that's okay, and you can turn it in as a director's cut separately, but you must make a 2 to 4 minute cut and turn that in, because that's what I need to grade. If everybody thinks that, oh, I'm going to make mine 10 minutes because I'm going to get a better grade, that's not the case, okay? If I graded 10-minute films for everybody, that's too much for everyone. So make it simple, okay? After you're done revising and refining as much as you can, please turn in your final film to your turn-in page. That's what we were just looking at a moment ago. It's right here. Don't forget to export it. And then you're going to pop it in this folder here. Looks the same as the rough cut, but it says final cut. Very important that you put it in the correct one. Okay? I'm going back to the calendar. Then after you do that, I already said here, put it in the OneDrive. Okay? So basically, that's all you have to do for the next 2 weeks. Okay? If you feel like you're done and you want to go ahead to the next part, you're welcome to look at what we're doing next, which is making an artist statement. But we'll talk about that one next week. Feel free to read ahead if you'd like. It's totally up to you. Also, feel free to take a look through this rubric. It's important that you know that your film will be scored, the final part will be scored on standard 3, which is editing, basically. I'm looking at your filming styles and your editing. I'm looking at the audio and the narration, okay? I'm also looking at how you're presenting meaning. I'm only grading the final film on these, so please keep that in mind. There is one thing that is here, and this is the turn-in page for your filming part. So this part is what we worked on the week before, but I want to kind of review this just a little bit. This is where you're going to turn in unedited clips or clips that you've collected. Someone in the other class that were doing this said, wait a second, isn't this my personal film, like digital resource chart? And I said, you know, it kind of is. So here's the deal. I'm going to put this link in here. Pop that right there. You can use this. So I guess I could spell that right. Use this if it is easier. Okay. So if you are looking at this and thinking, wait a second, I already did this on my digital resources chart, then what you can do is right in here, you can just say, type in or put the link in to this right here if you want to. If you're like, hey, this is everything that you need right here, I've got it. You can just pop it in here at the bottom. And you can just write, mine is here. That is perfectly fine for this. I am grading this, and this is standard 2. That means that you're showing me that you can develop an artwork. But basically, it's this digital resource chart. But if you didn't do it, then you need to do this. So this is kind of the backup plan for this part of the project, which is putting something together. I'm going to write submit this. Wow, I'm having a really tough time with my spelling today. Here we go. Submit this. Use it if it's easier. Okay. Some people are making a OneDrive folder and they're just putting everything in their OneDrive folder and then giving me the link here. That's perfectly fine. You just have to show me that you are organizing it. So basically this is the same as pulling all your films together. Now, some of you aren't filming, some of you are collecting media, and that's fine. Put everything in your digital resources chart or here, it'll be fine. If you have questions about that part, you just let me know. That was on last week's, I do believe, for actually gathering your information and pulling it all together, okay? If you have any questions, please email me. You can book a time right here if you would like. You can pick a time, pick a date, and then you fill this out below. And don't forget to click book because that's going to help me. It'll go to my calendar, and if that works for me, then that's great. Okay, so that's this week. Please don't forget to do that forms, and I will see you soon.